Children's time, gather round, listening, thinking, praying, every day. Yay, it's time for us to be together again. Oh, I miss you so much in the days that we're apart. Happy Mother's Day, happy Sunday. So glad to see you all. All right, well, Pastor Sue just said to us it's the fifth Sunday of Easter. So let's try to remember. Now, if Easter is only one day, I want you to give me a 1. But if Easter is a lot of days, it's like a season, I want you to give me big arms, whole bunch. Let me see. You got it. I think you all got it. It's a season. The big arms, a whole bunch of days. Easter is not one day. That's something that we've been learning the last few weeks. So you remembered it, and we've had our second and our third and our fourth, and now we're on our fifth Sunday of Easter. Now let's do a little review. Oh, I bet you're saying, Cindy, this is like school. Well, remember, God gave me some gifts to be a teacher, so I have to make it a little like school or Sunday school. So on the third Sunday of Easter, Pastor Sue started to talk to us about the gifts. I said that wrong, boys and girls. Get out your eraser. I got all mixed up. Okay, put that eraser back. I got it now. She started to talk about the heart of the matter. Oh, I saw a few of you do that before I even said it. You knew you could make a heart with your fingers. That can be a little tricky. If you look in the mirror, it's easier. And she talked to us about, and then Chris brought to some of your homes, for those of you who go to Sunday school here and we have your address, he brought you a rock that you could make into your heartstone. But now we talked about, if we didn't have your address yet so we could bring you one, you could go outside. You could get your own rock and you could make your own heartstone. A symbol, Cindy loves a symbol, it symbolized love, that God loves us. And because he loves us so much, last week we talked about that this heartstone could then become a worry stone, because we know we have some worries. You've just heard Pastor Sue using words like, you may be concerned, you may be a little worried. And so we did kind of a little experiment. I hope you thought it was as neat as I did, that we got to see the stone, and we had a glass of water, and we dropped the stone in there, and the water around the stone was God's love. And some of it splashed out, but you know that it was still full. And God's love was around us all the time, even when we're worried. Oh, I thought that was so good for me to see that with my eyes. But I don't know about you, but sometimes, you know what? I just want to give those worries away. It makes my stomach feel funny. I get butterflies. Or it might make me feel a little sad if I have a lot of worries. Sometimes it might even make me grumpy if I have a lot of worries. And so I found the neatest thing. Now, it's called a God box. And I want you to make one this week, all right? So I'm going to show you a couple things about a God box. God box. Yes. So here's what you do. You get a box. Some kind of box. It could be a cereal box, or I had this cute little kind of a gift box at my house. And so last night I did my personal best, and I put some wrapping paper on it. And then if you want, oh, I've got to tell you though, this is not a project just for young children. This is a project for anyone young at heart. Anyone any age could have a God box. Oh, it's so exciting. Now, if you want to cut out a heart like I did, I had to use like a cardboard knife. So if you are a young person, if you're a kid, you're going to need an adult to do that, because even I was having to be very careful. So this God box has a heart. Whatever we use as a God box has to have a place for us to put something in it. Here's another idea. Maybe you have an empty Kleenex box, so I can put things in it there. And I just used a Sharpie. Remember, friends, if you're kindergarten or older, yeah, you're old enough to use a Sharpie. You know you don't write anything because they're permanent. But if you have a little brother or sister, don't let him get them. Thanks. I had some stickers and I decorated that one. Maybe you just have a pretty box you like. I think this one's real pretty and it opens like a drawer. Or I couldn't believe I found this. My daughter is 31 and this was her cute little purse, but I thought, ooh, that could be a cool little God box. So let me show you what happens with your God box, all right? So this week, you can also go and you can go on Google. I thought this was so neat. I did this today. I Googled God box. And up came like a whole bunch of boxes you could buy. No, don't do that. Make your own. Find something at your house. It's much more fun. Sorry, people that made the God boxes. And you can go to YouTube, and there's the cutest video called How to Make and Use a God Box. It was really fun. It had the song Happy. I think Pharrell did that, and it was just a super fun, happy when you make a God box, yeah. Yes, we can be. It was something like that. Well, so let's say you've got some worries, and you're someone that's old enough to write. Here's what you can do. You could write. Now, one of my worries is that I have not seen my friends that I have coffee with almost every week, and I'm feeling very lonely for them. So I wrote, Dear God, thank you for this one. I wrote, Hi, God, I miss my friends I have coffee with, and I made a coffee cup. Take care of them. Love me. Okay, I'm worried about that. It's kind of upsetting me. Now, I trust God. We just heard Pastor Sue say that. She said we need to trust God. God, I trust you that you're going to help me not feel so lonely and take care of my friends. Put it in my God box. I just gave it to God. Whew, I feel a little better. Well, I've also, dear God, thank you for my big family. I've kind of been worrying about them. Take care of everyone. My big family would be like my church family, would be my basketball family, my soccer family, my neighborhood family. Oh, God, I'm worrying about that. I'm going to put that in my God box. Whew, I'm feeling better. Oh, but maybe you're not quite old enough to write yet, or you just don't feel like writing. You could draw some pictures. And I have been using some like fun little notepads. I had stars and this is a dinosaur. But maybe, friends, you just want to use a scrap of paper. This morning on the internet, I read about this lady. She's like older like me, and she has a God box, and sometimes she just feels like using a scrap of paper. And so maybe all of a sudden you're at your house, and your mom says you want to call your friends, but your mom says you can't, and then you're worried, are you ever going to get to like really play with them again on like your jungle gym outside? And so draw a picture of you and your friends. See, I just use stick people. I know if you've been in Lincoln Public Schools, in kindergarten, we learned about stick people. God, I'm just worried I won't get to be with my friends. God, I am just going to give this to you in my God box. I trust you. Pastor Sue talked to me about that, to trust you. I'm going to give you a couple more ideas. Maybe you're thinking ahead and you're worried about summer. I was thinking ahead a little like, would you get to go in the minivan to Grandma's house? And so I put some question marks, and I have God and the minivan and those emojis, that we make. That's, I'm kind of worried. God, I really want to go to my grandma's this summer, and I wanted to go to camp. I'm going to give that to you, God. I trust you. You're going to make it all work out. It's in the God box. Boy, everyone I've put in there makes me feel good. Wonder if I could only do one a day. Would you give me a thumbs up if you think I can only do one a day, or give me a thumbs down if you think I could do as many as I want? You're right. As many as I want. You know what I was worrying about a little today? Because I teach at the university. I was worrying about would I get to go back to school? Question marks. I've got, again, those emojis that are like, ooh, I don't know, I'm worried. And I made a little school building here. It might be kind of interesting to you, but I just was making something that I thought was a school building. God, I need your help. I really want to go back to school later on. God, I know you're going to take care of all these concerns that I have in my God box because you love me, God. You always love me. Let's not forget that. Now, I hope this week you will all make a God box, okay? And we'll talk about our God boxes a little more next week. Find something that you can use, scraps of paper. You can make pictures or you can write. Do that with me. So for our prayer, you don't have your God box right now, but I want you to pretend. So get your hands out. Pretend you're holding your God box. Here we go. Remember, this is to God we're talking to. Dear God, in my hand this box I see, a symbol of love from you to me. Sometimes I'm worried, sometimes I'm not. I'll hold my box. I know I can pray to you a lot. Amen. See you next week.